All right, guys, so I actually did catch a mistake on letter D. So the video before kind of stopped abruptly before I started answering D, and so this is where we're going to get into letter D. So what this was it said the Boyd's family fuel tank holds 284 gallons of fuel when it's full. And so what I did was I needed to figure out how much each of these little marks was going to equal so I knew how much of the fuel they were going to use. And so when I counted this up, this went all the way up. For a full tank would be 16/16, so that would mean that it would be one tank. Okay. And so what I need to do is I basically want to figure out how much of fuel would go into basically each of these little boxes. So that's where I have 284 divided by 16. Okay. So I'm going to do 284 divided by 16. And this is where I made my mistake because I said that that was 14. It should have been 12. Okay. Bring down my 4. And 124, let's see here. I'm going to do 16 times 7. That's going to be 42, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So it's going to be 17. I'm going to subtract 112. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 minus 1. So it's 12 again. I'm going to have to add a decimal because I don't want to have necessarily a fraction with this. I could, but I'm going to go ahead and do it in decimal because when I get to letter E, I have to multiply it by for some money. So no matter what, I'd have to convert it. So I'm going to add a 0, bring it down. So I have 120, which it's still going to be in that 112. So I'm going to subtract 112, 2, 1, 8, add a 0, bring down that, 16 times 5, so it's going to be 5. Okay, so each month he uses 17 75/100ths of gas. Okay, and so what's going to happen is I want to know between February. So when I look from February to March, it falls 2 of these boxes. And so that means that I want to multiply this because if one box is that and another box is that, I can multiply it by 2, or I'm just going to add it because it's just another number again. So in February, he uses 35 5/10 gallons of fuel. Okay. So then on this one, what this says is that I want to know from February and March. So in February and March, I want to know how much gas he uses. Well, when I look at this, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And so I want to know that it's going to be 3. So I'm going to actually take this 35 and I'm just going to add another 17 75/100ths because that's going to be basically multiplying it by 3. Just a lot easier. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, carry the 1, 3, 4, 5. So in those 2 months, he uses 53 25/100ths gallons of gas, and he pays $3.54. Okay, so now remember, when I'm done with this, I'm basically doing 100th times 100th, which is going to be a 10/100th. So I want to make sure that I move that decimal spot for place values when I'm done with this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my math here. 8, 9, 10, carry that 1, 12, 13, carry that 1, and that's going to be 21. I'm going to add a 0, and then I've got 25, carry that 2, 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12, carry that 1, 15 plus 1 is 16, carry that 1, 25, 26, and then I'm going to cross those out again. I'm going to add 2 zeros, and then I'm going to do 15, carry the 1, 6, 7, 9, and then 15, and I'm going to add these all up. 5, 8, 9, 10. Carry the 1. So 14, 15, carry the 1. My pencil lead got a little too big. There we go. 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, carry the 1, 5, 7, 8, and then 1. but I'm not done because I need to move my decimal 4 spots. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I write this, it would be 188, and then it's 505. But guys, we can't have our cents going that far. So this 5 is just going to tell me to round that up to a 1. So in those 2 months, this is how much money he spent on his guess.